Very good.
Ready, close?
Yes.
Ready, shut.
Thank you.
Can you get a peace deal done in Ukraine?
Yes, we can.
How confident are you?
We can. We will. Thank you.
Brace yourself, this one's a train wreck. Keir Starmer just finished his first official White House visit since Donald Trump reclaimed the presidency, and it was nothing short of a political misfire. Between public call-outs over free speech, awkward handshakes, and glaring contradictions, the trip screamed disaster rather than diplomacy. The kicker? He walked in completely unprepared for the chaos waiting for him. So what went wrong? Why did it crumble so badly? And what does it signal for his future on the political stage? We're breaking it all down, but first, a quick ask. If you're enjoying this, hit like and subscribe. Over 98% of viewers skip that step, and it's free, plus it keeps the content rolling your way. Now, let's dive into the fallout.
You mentioned Canada. I think you're trying to find a divide between us that doesn't exist. We're the closest of nations, and we had very good discussions today, but we didn't
That's
discuss
enough.
Canada.
Thank you. Please. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. Thank you.
Starmer arrived at the White House brimming with ambition, ready to flaunt strength, diplomacy, and leadership on the global stage. This was supposed to be his defining moment, a chance to secure respect as an international statesman, bolster UK-US relations, and show the British public he could face Trump on equal footing. But the moment he walked in, reality hit like a hammer. The visit stumbled from the start, and the confidence he'd banked on completely missing in action.
Look, I said what I said, which is that we do have, of course, a special relationship with our friends in the UK and also with some of our European allies. But we also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension, American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
But we've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time. Well, no, I mean, certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens, and we don't, and that's absolutely right. But in relation to free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our history there.
Starmer was expected to command the room with a strong diplomatic presence, but instead he was completely eclipsed. Rather than steering the narrative, he found himself trapped by it. Trapped by Trump, his own past choices, glaring contradictions, and a cascade of awkward missteps that quickly spun out of control. The low point came when Republican Senator JD Vance delivered a merciless blow, confronting him head-on about free speech in the UK, and leaving absolutely no way out, one of the most crushing moments of the entire visit.
In his remarks at the Munich Security Conference, Vice President Vance condemned free speech violations in the UK, particularly. Could you respond? What is your message?
I have an idea. We have the man right here. Come on. Let's go, JD. We're putting you on stage.
Great. Yeah, look, I said what I said, which is that we do have, of course, a special relationship with our friends in the UK and also with some of our European allies. But we also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension, American citizens. So
if you're not familiar with Vance, he's no stranger to stirring the pot, and he didn't hold back this time. Standing in front of cameras, flanked by Trump and Starmer, he went straight for the jugular. Vance tore into the UK government, accusing it of silencing free speech, highlighting instances where, under Starmer's watch, ordinary citizens had faced arrests and even jail time, simply for speaking out online.
I thought, frankly, what they did was the right thing at the time, and I think that'll probably prove out over the centuries. You have a long time to go, but I think I predicted that was going to happen, and it did happen, and it'll work itself out. I think it's already worked itself out.
Mr. President, can I ask on Chagos, Mr. President? Keir Starmer has signed a deal to give away the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. Will you approve that deal?
Well, we're going to have some discussions about that very soon, and I have a feeling it's going to work out very well. They're talking about a very long term.
Let that sink in, a sitting US senator, inside the White House, laying bare the reality that in Britain today, even ordinary citizens and elderly grandmothers can be arrested simply for speaking their minds online. And Starmer's response? A total fumble. He stumbled, tried to dismiss it, but the damage was irreversible. The backlash was instant. British commentators like Dan Wootton didn't hold back, calling him out for standing there before the world's media, pretending to defend democracy while dodging the truth, and they weren't wrong. For years, Starmer has been part of a government aggressively pushing laws that suppress dissent, and this moment made it impossible to ignore.
Who voted Remain and wanted a second referendum, and then he praised Brexit.
I thought, frankly, what they did was the right thing at the time, and I think that'll probably prove out over the centuries. You have a long time to go, but I think I predicted that was going to happen, and it did happen.
In fact, the only reason we can have a big, beautiful trade deal that Trump was talking about at the end there is because of Brexit. So Keir Starmer reaping the rewards of 17.4 million people voting to leave the European Union. David Lammy was in the room, probably a little bit awkward, given Lammy has previously said stuff like this.
A president who would line up with neo-Nazis and the Ku Klux Klan.
What do you think about it? In the last couple of days, David Lammy has seen foreign aid slashed, something that he obviously has never wanted.
From strict online censorship laws to the harsh policing of speech, his policies have made it more dangerous than ever for Brits to voice their opinions. Yet there he was, standing in the White House, trying to pose as a defender of free speech, and nobody bought it. The facade was transparent, and everyone saw right through it.
This is one of the things that happened in the White House yesterday, where Starmer started congratulating Donald Trump for having pictures of Winston Churchill knocking around. This is the same Prime Minister who removed portraits of Winston Churchill from his office. So what does that tell you? He's pretending to be somebody he's not. I don't think that's a good thing for this country. I don't think it's a good thing for our image. I don't think it's a good thing for the Prime Minister to be a duplicitous, completely and utterly hypocritical liar. How is that good?
Watch the handshake that said it all. In politics, a handshake is never just a formality, it's a silent test of dominance, confidence, and authority. So when Keir Starmer finally reached out to Trump, every eye was on them, and the verdict was brutal. Starmer's grip was weak, his posture shaky, his confidence all but missing, while Trump, with his trademark commanding presence, exuded control and certainty at every angle. The contrast couldn't have been starker.
But a lot of people are going, Starmer's going to be humiliated. They're sort of talking it down as if, now Starmer's had some great, a great day out because he wasn't humiliated. I mean, is that really the level of our Prime Minister now, that he's had a good day because he wasn't made fun of?
Well, maybe that is the level with Keir Starmer.
The contrast between Trump's firm, commanding handshake and Starmer's hesitant, uncertain demeanor was impossible to miss. In a world where optics are everything, it was another blow to his already fragile image. Then came one of the most cringeworthy moments of the visit. As Starmer tried to outline key policies, Trump cut him off mid-sentence, shutting him down in front of the cameras. What was meant to be a moment of authority turned into a public struggle to keep pace, leaving Starmer scrambling and exposed. Online, the reaction was immediate. Critics called his behavior desperate, even humiliating, and they weren't wrong. Yet the most damaging aspect of all was the glaring hypocrisy laid bare for everyone to see. This is the same Keir Starmer, who has spent years blasting Trump as a threat to democracy, condemning his policies, and attacking him at every turn. Yet on this visit, he appeared desperate for Trump's approval. The flip was impossible to miss, even for his own supporters. One moment he was denouncing Trump as dangerous, the next, he was grinning, acting like they were longtime allies. It was awkward, it was transparent, and most of all, it failed. Trump, ever the strategist, saw straight through it. What did Starmer gain? Nothing. If anything, he left weaker, his image damaged, his authority diminished, his narrative hijacked. Keir Starmer's White House trip wasn't just uncomfortable. It was a full-blown political disaster with potential long-term consequences for his leadership, within hours of his tense showdown with Trump and JD Vance's crushing rebuke. Social media exploded. Memes tore through the internet, mocking everything from Starmer's shaky handshake to his nervous posture, an obvious scramble for Trump's approval. British media, left and right, tore apart every moment, painting a picture of a visit gone spectacularly wrong. And then came the numbers, polls showing public confidence in Starmer plunging. If there was a silver lining for Reform UK, this was it. A political gift wrapped in missteps. What Starmer desperately needed was a credibility boost, but he returned home weaker than ever. Analysts immediately speculated on the fallout, with Labour now facing mounting concern over Nigel Farage and Reform UK's rising momentum. Farage, never one to miss a political misstep, pounced on Starmer immediately. He took to social media, calling the visit a total humiliation for Britain and mocking Starmer's attempts to cozy up to Trump, and it landed. Reform UK saw a surge in engagement as thousands of frustrated voters voiced their disappointment, many of them former Labour supporters. Working-class citizens who once trusted the party now feel abandoned, and this isn't just online noise, it's a warning. If Labour continues to push these voters away, Reform UK could turn into a real electoral threat, enough to shake the next general election. Foreign leaders are watching too, taking note of the global fallout from Starmer's weakness, proving the consequences extend far beyond Britain's borders. European leaders, who once saw Starmer as a potential stabilizing force, are now questioning his ability to lead. Trade negotiators in Washington are reportedly skeptical about Britain's leverage under his watch, and key allies like Australia and Canada are reassessing his influence on the global stage. The truth is clear, weakness doesn't go unnoticed. When a leader falters internationally, allies start to doubt and rivals smell opportunity. If Starmer doesn't act fast to repair his image, Britain's position in future negotiations could be at serious risk. Meanwhile, the media scrambles to soften the blow, highlighting minor diplomatic deals while glossing over the glaring failures of the visit. They're scrambling to shift the narrative, hoping the public will forget the awkward handshake, the censorship call-out, and Starmer's obvious unease, but it's too late. The videos have gone viral, and the story is set. He looked weak, got called out, and left Washington with almost nothing to show. So what now? Can he salvage his image after such a public humiliation? Is there time to rebuild credibility before the next election? Or has he handed a golden opportunity to Reform UK, the Tories, and even rivals within his own party? The path forward is uncertain, and the stakes have never been higher. If you found this insightful, hit like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next video.